Now we have yet another talented person, still a student of CBS, Subhi Irshed. You've been asked. You have a following crowd, huh?
Thank you.
Were you voted to do this job by all these?
I really wanted to.
Okay, the floor is yours. The valedictorian address you will give us.
Perfect.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. It does look a bit scary from here, but I will do my best. So, class of 2017, what an honor for all of us to be here today. Not only to celebrate ourselves, but also to be part of a bigger celebration. I'm not so sure if you guys have heard, but CBS is celebrating their 100 years anniversary. I mean, that's big, right? It's a privilege for all of us to be graduating from such a school that has been around for so long, stood the challenge of time, enabling thousands of individuals to learn and grow. Before I go on, I, as the rest of you, dear graduates, want to be here if it wasn't for the support of our families and friends. So let's remember to thank them today. And last but not least, also to our professors, who without their knowledge and expertise, we wouldn't be who we are today. Now that I have stated all the politically correct things, let the real speech begin. So, for all the rain that we soaked, for all the miles that we biked, and for all the times that we got blown by the strong wind of Copenhagen, we still made it. So here's some bad news for you, Danish weather. We did beat you. CBS is an international business school. So allow me to seize this opportunity to tell you more about where I come from. I come from Nazareth, a city that most of you have heard about before. In my society, everyone's life is labeled and planned within a timeline. For example, everyone has a saying on when you are supposed to graduate high school, if you should or should not take a sabbatical year, and what major you should study in the university. And if you survive it all, they will come to you like, hey, now you get the degree, what about the wife and kids? To my society, I was a lost case. I took 3 gap years, and when I went to Italy for the first time, I went there to become a doctor. And we all know what happened to that one. What my society did not realize is that we, as a young generation, we can make our own choices based on our own timeline with what we believe is the right path for us. So I went back to Italy, got my bachelor's degree in economics, and then got accepted to this awesome, prestigious school. One challenge, though, I did not know how to pay for the school. So I decided to launch an online crowdfunding campaign to help me pay for my first semester at CBS. To be honest, that did not work that great. So I tried to contact Danish journalists to help me expose the campaign. No one replied to me. So I turned to our favorite social media platform. And no, that's not Instagram, but LinkedIn. Through it, I tried to connect with potential investors. I ended up being mentored and sponsored by a Danish investor, Mr. Lars Christians Brask. What I'm trying to say in this personal story is that through our journey in this world, we will have ups and downs. People might doubt us, but if we believe in ourselves and we work hard, we will succeed, even if that means that we do not follow the traditional timeline approved by the society. Today, we are at crossroads. We are in a transition phase. Change is unavoidable, and with it comes a degree of uncertainty. Especially as we're starting a new chapter, we start looking around us for validation and to verify if we seem to be ahead of others or behind them. Today, many of us have already secured their dream jobs. Some of us have secured good jobs, but not in their dream industry. And others are planning some time off to charge their batteries and explore and travel the world. There is no right and wrong. Let us define our path ourselves. And do not let others determine our future plans and how we are supposed to feel about ourselves. Because each one of us has his own purpose. I so much believe in that. So make sure to leave this room determined to find your purpose if you haven't already. So when we go out there and we find new territories and break new grounds, we stand strong. Now, this wouldn't be a good speech if I do not quote someone important that everyone approves of, right? So who's better than the one connects us all, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg? In his last commencement speech to Harvard graduates, he talks about purpose. One thing that struck me in his word was the following. He says, to find your purpose, you got to start somewhere, because no one knows when they begin. Purposes and ideas do not come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. So dear graduates, today we have accomplished a great achievement that is a defining milestone in our journey. We are here because we have proved to ourselves first and to the people around us that we can make it. So do not let anyone, and when I say anyone, that could be the bad vibe voice that we all have in our heads. So I repeat, do not let anyone tell you you are late in achieving a goal, because you are not late, you are not early, you're very much on time. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you.
Now, all of you were given this before the graduation, but we held it back because we were not sure that you should graduate. But now, here's the testimony that you are a Master of Science at CBS.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My honor. Thank you.
A true signal of what it takes and what is needed to be a global citizen. And thank you very much for demonstrating that with the youth and Viper and a smart brain, I think you should add. Ladies and gentlemen,